Good evening everyone and welcome to the Shanghai International Circuit for Tier 2 here for round 10 of Season 6. The Fuel Guzzlers are back after last week's shenanigans in Monaco. And right now it looks like it's a bit overcast, but no one is coming out yet, so that means the rain can't be imminent. Let's wait to see who comes out first, shall we? It's a Red Bull and a McLaren. Actually, first I missed it. It was a Woody Ketchup. It is about to say Toro Rosso. AlphaTauri. God, I'm already losing my words. Right then. So I return to a normal racing track then, after the trials and tribulations of Monaco last week. Hopefully these guys will have learnt the lesson and they'll be able to fuel up. But a lot of cars out already. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 8 cars out on track already. So definitely keen to set a lap. Obviously we know that a track like China is very heavy on tyre wear. So maybe people know that they can just discard these softs because they only last up to about 4 or 5 laps anyway. So expect to see the softs ditched very early on. An expectant person who qualifies 11th to be near the front after the first 5 or 6 laps, depending of course if anyone can actually start on those mediums in the top 10. And more and more cars are coming out. I see Mr. IUF1's in the chat already, saying go Alfa Romeo. Who's in the Alfa Romeos tonight? We have Poggi Porta, our resident Tier 3 driver, and we also have Dylan, who has returned to his pad for tonight, so he doesn't try and take him out. Right, so who was I looking at? It was the AlphaTauri of Woody Ketchup, wasn't he? Yep, he is on a lap. Let's see what kind of time he does. 24.6 first sector. Not too bad. Woody Ketchup, one of the guys who has a pole this season. Of course, in the first 9 races, we had 8 different pole setters, with Kay Gorniak only getting more than 1. And look out for Kay Gorniak, he's back tonight. 2 races in Tier 2 and 2 wins. So I wonder if he'll make it 3 in a row. Of course, the other pole setters so far are Vaughan, who did that 1 minute 9 last week in Monaco. You've got Joel, you've got Woody Ketchup, Waze, Poggi Porta, Hamilton, and Winnitz. All have a pole position to their name in Tier 2. Oh, Woody Ketchup just goes a little bit wide, as we've got a spinner up there. I say a spinner, it might actually just be there cards by. Excuse me for the yawn. It was a very long day at work. Bashka looks like he'll be the next one, but I'll tell you what, he's given that Ferrari a toe behind him, isn't he? So that Ferrari's been very sneaky. I'm not too sure if that's Joel or Bio, but it's sneaky whoever it is. In fact, I think both Ferraris are doing it actually. So yeah, that could be a couple of attempts gained there if they got it right. And Bashka, what does he set? 132.4. And the 2 cars behind him, Fresh and Joel, a little bit off the pace. Right, who's next then? We've got cars go across the line. Here is Hamilton with a 132.6, goes a couple of attempts off Bashika. We've got another AlphaTauri about to cross the line. Where are you? It was Winnitz, or 136.3. Interesting enough, Winnitz does actually have the pole record around here for Tier 2, which is a 130.5. So looks like these guys have got about, I'm not sure if that's this game, it might be last year's game, because they're currently 1.7 off the time, as Hasbo goes quickest and has that provisional pole. Is the other is Poggi Porta. What will he do on those medium tyres? Can he get himself in the top 10? 8th. So a lot of drivers making mistakes as Rhino does a 32.0. Good lap there from Rhino. Bit of a nightmare. Monaco, was he? Did he look like he was spinning? But he's fine. As Ken Gorniak. Oh, 32.0. Vaughan 32.0. Oh, Adam 32.0. Oh, Jesus Mahoney Christ. 4 drivers in the 32s. The top 4 separated by less than a tenth. That is what you love to see. A very nice tight grid. Unfortunately, no wing for Waves. But the 4 drivers trying on the mediums, it's not working out just yet. I think the delta between the tyres is it's a good second between the 2 tyres. So it's going to be a very very good lap for anyone to get those mediums into the top 10 as when it's a 33.2. 1.2 seconds off provisional pole as it stands. What about Killian? Is he on a lap? It looks like he's on a... Yep, he's on a fast lap, so we'll stay with him. Unless Dylan is... Nope, I think Killian is just slightly ahead. Yep, 26. No, Dylan's a bit further forward. So we'll stay on board with Dylan then. Let's see if he can do anything on the pad. Very pad turn in there. Look at that throttle control. Little stab, stab, stab. And then gently raise it to full throttle. Trying to get the toe of the Alpha Tower in front of him. Could have stayed there a bit longer. But obviously didn't want to disturb when he catch up. Let's see what kind of speed he can reach. 200 miles an hour, 201. 201 miles an hour. It's not too bad then. Coming to the last corner here. And he does a it's going to be a slow one, a 1:34.1. So currently 2 seconds off the pace. I'm sure he'll be going to set a faster lap than that. Who is next? I believe it's Killian Miller. This looks a little bit better. Oh, 32.2 puts him into 5th position. China's a very Marmite track for a lot of people out there. I personally like it. It's 16 corners. 16 very different corners as well. Right, looks like just the 3 drivers yet to set a time. Young Money being one of them, and he is currently on a lap right now. Let's ride on board. See how brave he is. This is a very tricky part of the circuit. The traction is so hard. If you get that wrong by even a millisecond, then you're spinning round. This corner here, turn 11, is very tricky this year. Easy to spin the car, and now the infamous turn 12 and 12-13. Expect to see a car or 2 spin round here during the race. It's very easy to get a bit greedy on that throttle and go for a spin. And, look at that, Young Money. It looks like he was about 1 mile an hour slower than Dylan on the straights. So, so now for Romeo suddenly going across the screen. I wonder who that was. That was a bit odd. I think that might have been Dylan. As Young Money goes 10th. Was it Dylan? It was Dylan. Going for a nice sideways spin around China. Right. Anyone else in a fast lap? Killian Miller is on his in lap. What about Joel then? Joel currently 9 seconds up. That would actually be a decent lap actually. Let's see if he can continue it. The Ferrari is currently 17th and 19th. Bio is on his lap as well. How far is Bio around? He is just starting. Well, looks of it. So we'll stay on board with Joel. Let's see if he can negotiate turns 11. We can. We've got another yellow flag by turn 1. It's all clear now. Look at the confidence Joel has on that throttle. A lot more than what we saw Dylan with. And the lovely camera angle from Codemasters. Or what we love to see. Come on, Codemasters. Give me a better camera angle than that. It's okay for a couple of seconds, but the whole straight, yeah. Anyway, right then, what can Joel do? It's looking very promising so far. Whoa, 131.8. Look at that. First man into the 131s. And that is a very, very good lap from Joel, who currently sits P3 in the standings. He'll be hoping to... what's he? He's 15. He's about 29 points off Adam. 32 points off Vaughan. So he'll be wanting to win tonight to capitalise and to pull him back in. What about Bayer then? What does Bayer do? 132.5. Not too bad, but well, I say not too bad. It's 7 tenths off, so that's not too bad at all. If I'm being perfectly honest. In fact, you know, you've got less than a second separating the top 13. As Waze, he's usually a lot faster than that. He's currently down in 15th. 33.6, I'm sure he'll want to do a lot better than that. What about Winnetson? He's just like the lap. What about Bashka? He goes slower by 2 tenths. What about Hasbo? He's just started. Rhino, where is he on the track? He has just started. Okay, go on yet. Oh, he invalidated, so he won't be going any quicker. Joel, we know, is on an in lap. So, what about Paul then? Looks like he is just started his first lap. I heard Pudgy Porter. Jeez, I've got to stop yawning. So I believe it could be Waze is the furthest forward into a lap. I believe it is. So we'll just stay with Waze in. Hasn't got any cars around him, so he won't be able to take effect of any slipstreaming. See that throttle control a bit, like you can see how shaky he was. Ooh, another shake of the car as well. You can see how not quite as confident as Joel was around there. He's got the McLaren bearing down on him with a Hasbo. So then, Waze negotiating the hairpin of turn 14. Now coming up to turn 16. Very tricky corner to get right. Looks like he's got a bit of lag, and he does a 32.3. Very decent lap. Next, I believe, was Hasbo. Oh, he's invalidated, so he would be going quicker. Who else? Anyone else near? Looks like Rhino is next across the line. Can he improve on his 32.0? He can't because he's invalidated, but he did do a 132.8. So, looks like Rhino has got the pace if he can keep it within the track limits. Okay, Gorniak. Invalidated the last lap, didn't we? What about Pudgy Porter then? Looks like he's the next one to cross the line. Did the game say he's up or down? It didn't tell me. In fact, he's a long way down. I can just tell on the sheet that he's a long way down. So it looks like he's going for another lap. What about Dylan then? It's a Mercedes. Is that McGill? About to settle a lap? Nope, he's 3.5 seconds down, so he won't be doing anything this time. And I believe it's the Alpine. Nope. Oh, it's Adam. Oh, 31.7. What a lap from Adam, the man who wants his championship lead back after it was a bit of a messy race last week in Monaco. And Adam taking the ball by the horns. All right. Anyone else on a lap? Hasbo's invalidated. Waze. I think this could be a slow... No, this could be a decent lap, actually. No, he's invalidated. He's aborted, sorry, I should say. Anyone else on a fast one? John McGill, currently 3 tenths up. He's over there. Paul's invalidated. He won't be going quicker. Dylan, he's currently a 10th down in his own time. And Pudgy Porter, I believe, will be the next person to... set a lap out there on a 35 at the moment, so he'll definitely want to go quicker than that. And this is his second lap. A lot of these drivers have done 2 laps already on their tyres, and they're going to be on about 30% by the time they get to the grid for the start of the race. So a peculiar decision to do more than 1 lap, but what do I know? I'm in tier 3. Right then, Pudgy Porter, 33.1, so he improves, but nowhere near enough to put him up the order and win it. The current, pole record holder, down there in 17th, not able to hook up a lap so far. We know Adam is on his way in. All about Vaughan then, as Dylan decides to retire from the session. I believe he's taking one of his wheels off. Vaughan is on a quick lap then. What about, is anyone else near the end? Woody Ketchup, 32.6. Decent lap from Woody Ketchup there. Young Money has just started. So we will ride on board with Vaughan, who, currently leading the championship. 2 wins and 2 seconds so far this season. 1 pole position, which he got last time out of Monaco. A very, very good lap it was, wasn't it? Oh, according to Statman Fresh in the comments, of course, he is racing tonight, so he won't be able to get a lot of stats. But apparently my rain dance has worked, so it looks like we could be getting rain for the race. Right then. Vaughan, what? A 31.6. What a lap. Vaughan pulling it out the bag again. Oh, and that could be it as well, I think. I don't think Vaughan will be setting another lap. There's probably about 3 minutes left, if that. So I think there's not enough time for Vaughan to get back and get back out again. As Killer Miller, his teammate in the Alpine, currently running 6th and up on his previous time. There's a couple of cars near the finishing line. The Mercedes is going to cross the line. Looks like, is it Waze? Is he going to improve? Nope, he's started a lap. One Aston Martin back to cross the line. Fresh. Nope. Right, what about Killer Miller then? Can he improve? Oh, he does! Jesus! The Alpines currently sitting 1-2, both in the 131.6s. Where did that come from, Killer? The man who sat in the comms box for me last night, who wasn't too confident. Winnets goes third. There's the Winnets. There's the pole record, man. In third, a 31.7. So the times are starting to tumble. This will be everyone's last run. So who's about to cross the finish line? I believe it's the other Haas. I didn't see the leaderboard move. Hamilton. Ferraris. No, it's Bio. It doesn't look like he improved. Red Bull. Got them all over the place. Isn't that the Red Bull improved? Paul improved. Well, he's just going through sector 1 at the moment. So who is next? It looks like a McLaren is next up. So, that McLaren has invalidated his lap. So the next one is a Mercedes, who looks like he was going the wrong way. So the next one, I believe, will be Fresh. So we'll stay on board with Fresh, who's currently 7 tenths up on his lap, which would actually move him up a couple of places, actually. So it'll take him off the bottom anyway. It's not where you want to be. Of course, even though I wasn't there, Fresh was in that famous Brazil race a couple of weeks ago, where we had a last corner incident of Fresh, 33.1, up into P18. So he demotes his tier 3 buddy down to the bottom. Right then, we got more coming across. Is that Hasbo? Oh, third! Is that Haas? Is that Kagorniak? Oh, he goes! Oh, 31.4! The times are tumbling, my friends. Right, goes P2. I can't keep up. A Ferrari. Is it Bio? No, it's not. It was Joel, but I didn't see him improve. But he is done. Next person to cross the finishing line is a Haas. Let's have a look out for Hamilton. Does he improve? He does, but it's only 9th. Where's Bio gone? He's down there. Next, what does he do? Oh, he goes still 15th. Disappointing. So I believe it's up to John McGill. Will he upset the timesheets? Not at the moment, but it's a 32.0. Very good lap. It's P11. So if it doesn't start as a raining, then that is a very good time. Because 11th is where you want to be. Basher currently 13 seconds off, so he won't be going any faster. And that, I believe, is that, folks. At the start, we had 4 drivers going to 32.0. And we got all the way down to a 31.4. A very good lap. Okay, Gorniak, who takes his, that'll be his 3rd pole. So, in his 3rd race, 3-2 for a pole. So, will he go for a win? But of course, if it is going to rain, we know anything can happen. And while the timer counts down, I am going to eat this bit of chocolate cake that my partner so generously cut off for me. Oh, I do love some chocolate balls. Oh, okay then. Time for the classification. Here we go then. Here is your qualifying rundown from the Chinese Grand Prix in Tier 2. So, on pole position, Cade Gilniak for 131.444. Very good lap. Joining on the front row tomorrow will be Rhino, who's at 31.5. Row 2, we've got Vaughan and Killamilla in the Alpines. Will there be any team orders to help Vaughan stay near the front? Row 3, Hasbo and Winnitz. We've got Adam and Joel on row 4, Hamilton and Bashka, the top 10. And then we've got John McGill, Paul, Young Money, Waze, Whittaker, Bio, Podgy Porter, Fresh, and Dylan bringing up the rear. And, well, it's dry so far. Let me just instruct the guys. Let me just tell them, I believe, what's the time? Ready, up. Let's just make it a nice, even 2100, shall we? Yes, we shall. Right then, so let's go into the race director. So then, I doubt these guys are starting hard, especially if it's going to rain. It's going to be we should see how these strategies potentially change, depending on how quick the rain comes. So, if anyone's still watching, anyone want to hazard a guess? Who will take the win today? As you can see, a couple of drivers playing with their starting tyres. So we think that lap 17 will be the rain. So, I mean, the good news is, I think everyone will be having to stop. At least, unless you try and start on those, the hard tyres will get you to lap 17. But the question is, if you've got the pace, a soft to medium might still be quicker at that point. Oh, you got Cade Gilniak being very confident, saying that he's going to win. Third win in a row, maybe. Paul 2K, are you going to win? Well, you're 12th. You can never rule yourself out. You never know. So we've got less than 2 minutes. I am just going to grab a refreshment. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Right then, less than a minute until the start of the formation lap, and it looks like a chunk of the drivers are still going for that hard tyre, which I think is going to go over two ways, isn't it? But looks like Woody Ketchup and Podgy Port are going for the soft straight out of the gate, as the lights, well, someone has pressure ready up, it's 2100, so we are good to go. Oh, the tyres are still changing. So just the 4 drivers on the hards then. Definitely bold choice. Just Woody Ketchup on the softs outside the top 10. He'll still have to pit lap 4 or 5 though. But of course, if there is a safety car, an early safety car, expect everyone to dive in. Alright, let's get these, I don't know why these have to turn off in between the 2 sessions, but there we go. We are back up and running. In terms of championship permutations, championship cannot be won tonight, so your current championship lead at the moment is Vaughan. Even after throwing away his Monaco win last week, he sits on 117 points. P2 in the championship right now is Adam, currently sitting on 114 points, so 3 points behind Vaughan. And then you've got a 29 point gap. Yes, I can do maths. 29 point gaps back to Joel, who is on 85. Then there's a 13 point gap down to Finley, who isn't racing tonight. And then we've got Willits in P5 on 70. We've got Ways on 66. Hasbell on 59. And Kay Gorniak on 50 points. 2 races, 2 wins. Drivers making their way round turn 11, 12, 13. The game does predict a soft, medium. But obviously, is it on anyone else still? No. Obviously, with the rain coming about halfway through, well, just over halfway, it'll be interesting to see what kind of tactics we get. And again, as I mentioned briefly before, you've got Vaughan and Killer Miller. Killer Miller not in the title hunt this season, so will he be helping his teammate? That is the question. And of course, if there is a safety car, are they going to want to double stack? As the AI takes over the cars, and as it usually does, it goes through other cars. I see bunched, although weirdly the top 3 are... what was that, top 4? That's randomly, yeah, top 3 just randomly by themselves. But keep it nice and tight. So it goes quiet. The game is very quiet. And I shall mimic this, and I shall... There we go. Oh, so now it says... Pit lap 6-7 are going to hards. So, here we go then. Waiting for the lights. Right then, are you guys ready to rumble? The lights are on. They are now off. And away we go here in China for Tier 2. It looks like a good start from both things. We got McAllister. Oh, disaster! Oh no, they've cut across and we've got big accidents. We've got Ariel Paul out before the first corner. He's gone. We've got Vaughan all the way down there. Rhino. Big collisions right at the start. And we've got a VSC. Oh, disaster has struck. And, wow, that was a big collision. People coming across each other, and Ariel Paul, who said that he was going to win the race, has unfortunately turned himself into the first retirement. Of course, you've got Vaughan with no wing, and we have got a full safety car then. So it's not the end of the world for Vaughan and Rhino. Even Bashka, who's lost 6 places as well. No one has really won that big, to be honest. Kagorniak has kept his lead. But I think that incident started, I think it might have been Hasbo, who seemed to go on the grass, and then just the pincer movement happened. And unfortunately, Paul got the short end of the stick. But of course, anyone with damage now will now get the benefit of a free split. And do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if all those, because I got John McGill up on the hard tyres and it wouldn't surprise me if all those soft runners pitted and put either the medium or the hards on. Because you've got to get rid of those soft tyres, especially guys that start in the top 10, you've got to get rid of them. Do they get rid of them? Yes. Kegorniak in, Kenneth Miller in, Winnix in, Joel in, Hamilton in, John McGill stays out. Look at that, they're all the soft runners pouring into the pits, getting rid of those tyres, just as we suspected. And we currently now have a Mercedes 1-2 Young Money up into P3. This is where the hard... Oh, well, Woody Ketchup has stayed out. Now that is a very interesting strategy, because the safety car will stay out until lap 4, maybe lap 5. He'll have probably 1, maximum 2 laps on those tyres before they're gone. So very interesting strategy from Woody Ketchup, because everyone, I believe, yeah, everyone from Dylan below, so from 9th all the way down to 18th, have made a pit stop. So the grid has been shaken up. Look at that. All those greens followed by all the reds. So only one man then on the soft tyres. So that is Woody Ketchup. The cars are now Linus third. Let's have a quick look back at the positions again. So yeah, look at that. McKeel up 10 places, Waze up 12 places. So yeah, the Mercedes, just like in real life, the Mercedes lugged their way into some podium positions, as my screen says that Young Money has left the lobby. Hopefully he can get back in. Otherwise, don't want him to lose that third place. And the game reckons that the hard stoppers will be pitting on lap 15 at the earliest. So I think very much so you're going to see these hard runners wait until that rain comes out, but it will be very, very dangerous, because you're going to have old hard tyres on a slippery track, and that is a recipe for disaster. Alright, turn the safety car approaches turn lap 3. Young Money, I saw him come back into the lobby, but it doesn't look like he's taking control. Hopefully the AI doesn't do anything dodgy, because we've seen some this year's game where the AI can be a little bit dodgy when it comes to being under the safety car. So then, the race has flipped on its head then. I obviously know that Kate Gorniak and Paul probably can't message, but would anybody else want to take a guess as to who could be winning tonight? I know IUF won. Your Alfa Romeos are currently sitting P7 and P8. Yet to stop, of course. But they are up there in the points. And so the race will be reset. We're on lap 3 now, so I imagine we've got... Oh, I mean, all the cars are here now, so it wouldn't surprise me if the safety car came in. It'd be quite good if it did, so we can get some more racing underway. But these guys in the hard tyres are going to be... well, their tyres are going to be stone cold. And it wouldn't surprise me if Woody Ketchup was pounced on these guys. And as I've said, their safety car is in this lap. So McGill does become the de facto safety car then, as Waze looks like he's jumping about a bit. The next question, of course, how soon does McGill go? I can't imagine there's any team orders going on at the moment, especially with the way Waze is bouncing around that track. Oh, that's gonna confuse me seeing that. Seeing that Mercedes jolting off track. That's not going to be fun. Right then, we'll go on board with McGill then. We'll have a look behind at his tail. And we'll have a look to see if he can get the jump on his teammate. Nice Brazilian flag there. McGill not going just yet. I think he's a little half speed up, but I think he's just... Oh, and there he goes. Throttles down. Doesn't look like he's caught Wade's out. Wade's going a bit wide there. Deploying the ERS, so it looks like McGill will be okay going into turn one. How are we down the field? Looks like we're going single file. One by one. Apart from the Alpine of Killimiller, is he going to go up the inside of Kagorniak? He does. They're going side by side. What Killimiller doing his teammate a favour here, and Killimiller up into P9 with a very good overtake on Kagorniak. Doesn't look like anyone else was having much action. Vaughan Rhino still down the bottom. Let's go back down to the front where we've got the Mercedes are still leading on 1-2. These guys have still got to be very careful with these hard tyres. Thankfully it looks like Young Money has taken his car back. And this is the moment Woody Ketchup needs to strike. Otherwise he is, well, right, even if he pits in 2-3 laps time, he is going to go right to the back of that grid. So he needs to strike while the iron is hot. He knows it's going to take at least 3 or 4 laps of those hard tyres to get in peak condition. And he really needs to fire up those softs and overtake, as it looks like Winnitz has had a bit of an incident. Yeah, he's off the track. Well done, with a bit of a thing. And Killimiller's got past Dylan as well. So, but Dylan's not giving up then. He's racing down to the hairpin. Looks like Dylan's got it back. Moving into turn 14. They're almost 3 wide. Kagorniak looking to pick up any pieces he can. As John McGill sets the fastest lap of the race. No DRS just yet, of course. We've got to wait 1 more lap. But just look behind Killimiller. Of course, turn 1, there are many lines. Take through tier 1. Look at that. Look at the Constantina effect as... Kagorniak has also got past Dylan as well. Dylan not liking those hard tyres. Oh, you can see how much his car wiggled there. Killimiller holds down 8th place as it stands. Woody Ketchup, has got past Young Money. Oh no! He's on a spin! Oh, I tell you what, if that wasn't a curse and a half, I don't know what is. And that's such a shame for Woody Ketchup. I hope he hasn't got that much damage. Let's have a look at his car. Yep, he's missing the end plate on the left-hand side. So, not only is he last, but... and it must have been a collision with Young Money, because Young Money's down to P13 now. And he's got his teammate Hasbro right over him. So there must have been a coming together between the two. Looks like Young Money's got his end plate. So Woody Ketchup definitely the loser of the two. Because not only is he in last position, but he will pit. So he definitely needs a safety car. Back up the front then, the 2 Mercedes looking comfortable. They've... and Bio getting very close to the back of Fresh there. I wonder if he's got any damage. And Fresh... yellow fuel. That is dangerous, but at the same time, a track like China, you can pretty much guarantee a safety car. As Bio pits... So he must have got significant damage there from hitting from Fresh. Going into turn 14 at the hairpin. The DRS is now enabled. And let's have a look at the fuel. After last week, so I'm interested in the fuel. So it's only Fresh on that yellow. But of course, I imagine it'll be okay once the safety car... Well, if a safety car comes out, he's fine. But also in the rain, you don't tend to use as much. But good news for McGill at the front. He has got out of the DRS zone. So, no... Oh, and he spins! Oh, he just misses the wall. And I'm going to have to stop saying that people are doing a good job because they keep spinning off. Right then, Fresh up into P2. And if you watched our stream on Tier 3, you'll know that Fresh is very good around China. As we've got a battle here going with Podgy Porter up into P3 on those medium tyres. Killimiller now up into P5, Kagorniak at P6. And, oh, this guy is getting very toasty. Let's try and get a good camera angle, please, Cody's. No, you're going to do me dirty. Okay, we'll look at Podgy Porter as the cars go into turn 14. They're almost 4 abreast. But no, they've got by just right. No, John McGill back up into P4. He's got back past Killer Miller. DRS is now enabled, of course, now. Now, will John McGill, will he have a move? Will he go from him on Podgy Porter? He's up the inside. He does, but Podgy Porter looks like he's got a better traction on those mediums. But no, McGill takes that place back. Great racing from McGill after that error. But, yeah, all going off here as now we've got Podgy Porter coming under attack from Killer Miller. Killer Miller going around the outside of turn 6. Is that, I think. He is, and Killer Miller up into P4. Podgy Porter losing the position. Killer Miller definitely looking very racy today, isn't he? Oh, and Podgy Porter's made a mistake. Oh, and he's hit Ken Gorniak. Oh, no. Oh, that looked... Oh, that'll obviously be one for the stewards. I.e. me. But that all the world looked like that Podgy Porter got a bit out of shape, and unfortunately the physics of this game meant that it sent Kay Gorniak flying in a different direction. Let's check in on Kay Gorniak, shall we? Has he got damage? He shouldn't have damage unless he hit the wall. He's going flat out around there, which suggests he hasn't got wing damage. End plates are intact, so any damage is very minimal, as Joel has got past Podgy Porter now. Podgy Porter obviously still reeling from that previous incident. And Killer Miller, oh, he's got a yellow flag. I believe it's Woody Ketchup going for another spin. It's really not his day, is it? I bet he's wishing he'd pit now under the safety car. Right then, Vaughan, the fastest lap of the race, down there in 10th position. This field still very close together. Look at this, from 4th down to 9th. They're all within half a second, and we've got another yellow flag in turn 1. Has anyone gone for a spin, or is the game just having me on? I think the game's having me on. Either way, it looks like the McLarens have just swapped positions at the back. And as I was saying a bit earlier, before I was interrupted, Fresh was looking like he was going to win in Tier 3. So don't be surprised if Fresh is near the front in Tier 2. Obviously a favourite track of his, as we've got a yellow flag in Tier 2, and it's Podgy Porter by the looks of it. He's had a little moment, and that's no good for Podgy Porter as he slides down the field. Shame that wasn't Podgy Porter. Oh, he's bumping wheels now of Young Money, trying to get those temperatures. When Hamilton's retired, he is retired in the pits, so that won't be a safety car. So I think Hamilton's had enough for tonight, as Vaughan has just got past Dylan. Dylan seemingly easy cookies tonight as he tries to relearn the pads. Killer Miller not quite coming under attack from Joel, but Joel could well have a look into turn 1. At the front, the gap is maintaining at 2.2. As we've got a yellow flag. I believe that's Hamilton's car coming back out of the pits for some reason. Either way, the gap is slowly coming down, and McGill has caught Fresh up. I think Fresh has got a lot of cars behind him, but I think the best thing Fresh could do right now is don't battle too hard and just try and stay in that DRS zone. Pull yourself with the other cars. Especially if that gap's staying at 2 seconds, if he can keep in that DRS zone of McGill and pull himself alongside, he'll be catching waves in no time alongside John McGill. As Kay Gorniak's in the pits again. Oh no, the Haas is his teammate looks to be stuck into the pit lane, which I hope doesn't cause problems later on. But no, in this game it undoubtedly will. Oh god, who got pole? Hang on. It was Kay Gorniak. Kay Gorniak got pole. Okay, then the gap now up to 2.4, but we'll go on with Fresh because he's about to come under attack from John McGill down into the hairpin. And, ooh, Fresh playing dangerous, but oh, he's outbraking himself. He's going to lose a couple positions here. He's lost one to John McGill, but he looks like he's just got away and staying ahead of Killer Miller, and Killer Miller will now attack Fresh. Fresh does have the DRS. Will he attack it? McGill is going to go around the outside. Oh, and John McGill spun it. He spun it going into turn one. Hasn't gone fully round, but he's lost a couple positions. It's all going off here at the front. Meanwhile, Waves has pulled out another 0.8 of a second. These cars battling. This is the opposite of what I said they should be doing. And as a result, they've lost 0.8 of a second battling each other. Of course, Fresh will want to race. He will not want to give up that position easily. And now he's being hunted down by Killer Miller. We've seen Killer Miller already on the attack tonight. He's looking very racy. Look how close it is. Very, very good spread. And Waze, I tell you what, every lap that these guys fight, Waze is laughing all the way to his first pit stop. Of course, we are expecting rain around lap 17. And it would be nice if the rain held off to about lap 20. And I only say that because then that would mean that the guys would then contemplate doing another stop before the rain comes. As who's going to attack who here? No one at the moment. They're all thinking against it. Joel getting very close to the back of Killer Miller's Alpine there. John McGill still looking to redeem himself, and Adam just sitting there in 6th place, waiting to pick up any pieces. He had a quiet day out in Monaco, as Killer Miller's going for that second position this time. He's got it. He's made a Fresh run wide, and Joel's up at P3, so Fresh has lost out. He's off the podium in one corner. And now the question is, can Killer Miller catch Waves? He's got the better tyre, but he's not going to come under attack from Joel, and Joel goes up the inside. Oh, Killer Miller going for the cutback, but they almost bump wheels. They're going to go side by side around here. Always a bit dangerous to do it. Rubbish camera angle as usual, but Joel has just got it. But of course, that now means that Joel... Oh, and that's Fresh into the wall. Oh, dear me. Has he got any damage? Can't quite see. No, it doesn't look like he's got a lot of damage, but down into P9 he goes. What a shame for Fresh. I think he did something similar in Tier 3. So that is... Not only did he lose 2nd and 3rd place in one corner, he is now down into 9th after that little excursion. And now Killer Miller. This is where Killer Miller gets the DRS. Let's see how powerful it is. He was 7 tenths behind. Joel weaving, trying to break the slipstream. 2 tenths is what Killer Miller caught up. So Joel obviously deploying a lot of battery there. Look at that. Killer Miller's got so much more battery. Ooh, and he takes a lot of curb there, which allows Joel to pull away by a couple of attempts. But if he missed it as well, McGill got his first 3-second penalty of the race last time out. Looks like he's coming under attack from Adam. Adam up to P5 now. I said he was looking to capitalise on any mistakes, as Fresh does go in the pits. So Fresh looks like he did get damage from that little spin he had. As is that Woody Ketchup gone round again? It is. So I mentioned it in qualifying around that turn 11, 12, 13. Looks like Woody Ketchup's the first to come to it, as Kate Gorniak down in 15th. The man who you make me laugh, Taper Wolf. Right then, so yeah, the race favourite is currently out the record and down there in P15, but of course, do not count anyone out. Is that the rain? Is that the rain? It is! Oh dear, that was the worst time for Fresh to... It's going from bad to worse from Fresh, who was literally just pitted, and now it's started to rain. And of course, now the next question is, how quick does the rain come down, and what tyres is going for intermediates this early? Now that is a very, very brave position as Adam has gone up into P4. As I completely ignore the race at the front. Adam up into P4 now. And it looks like Joel has actually dropped Killer Miller. And Joel, I tell you what, Waze must have made a mistake. Because the gap is now 2.6 seconds. 2.7 seconds. But the rain is coming down though, so the track will be getting very, very slippery. That was odd. I was looking at Joel, but Killer Miller was on my screen. Anyway, how long can these guys last? Obviously, you guys keep an eye on what the catch-up time. He's a minute behind. So we'll see if it doesn't look like he's catching. It looks like he's falling away from Bio, so it doesn't look like. Oh, hello. Has Bio had a spin? No. But he went from being a minute behind to 50 seconds behind, as Bio gets a penalty for running wide. Was that him in the pits? I imagine. Oh God. Well, stay on board with Bio. I imagine intermediates will be the call. They are, so intermediates for Bio then. So, how track? Oh look, the track is looking very wet so far. Now the question is, of course, will the leaders now pit? You know, these tyres are now. I mean, they're still good. As Adam and John McGill fighting still. Oh, and Adam looks like he's a bit out of shape. Oh, he's a bit of wheel spin because they've only got 3 cars battling out. You've got to be careful because if they go into the pits, they could quite easily cause each other some damage. The Red Bull stays out. Oh, and Adam runs wide. Almost does a Lewis Hamilton and beaches it. But he gets away with it just. And I tell you what, this is a do or die moment for Bashka, isn't it? A guy who, of course, is a previous winner here in Tier 2. So, the DRS is now disabled, so unfortunately that gamble for Bashka will not be paying off. Because that grip is going to be nowhere. As the people coming out of the pits, and Hasbo stayed out as well. I'm surprised Hasbo stayed out. And we got a safety car! We got a safety car because of something. Ooh, but be careful, boys. That safety car is a bit of a demon. I wouldn't overtake it just yet. Oh! Jesus. Well, don't touch the safety car, you'll explode! Oh, that was a bit high, wasn't it? Oh, and now these guys are going to be horrible because Hasbo is going to be having the worst time on those hards as he runs wide. Killer, don't overtake, you might get an illegal overtake. He is off the track, so he might have got away with it, but Waze definitely won't. I'm pretty sure the game will ask him to get that position back. Ooh, he's jumping all over the place. I think lag is coming into play, but yeah, he has let Hasbo go back by. As is that Killer Miller? Has he got a 3-second penalty then? Oh, 5 seconds, so they must have hit each other in the safety car. So Hasbo is actually holding this field up now. He's on those hard tyres, and I tell you what, I know I criticised, well, I didn't criticise Bashka, but I said he lucked out. But actually, that safety car is the perfect storm for Bashka because he can now, as he goes very, very slow into the turn 14 hairpin, he will now be able to pit, and he may just get out in the lead. You know, it's going to be very touch and go depending on how much time you save going into the pits. So the battle is on. It looks like Bashka will not be coming out in the lead. Nope, Joel, there you go. Joel is your new race leader. Let's have a look at Bashka. He's coming out. Where will he feed out? It looks like he may just make it out in front of Waze, and he does. So P3 for Bashka. So not bad. I think it was P6, P7, wasn't he, before the safety car came out. So he has jumped a couple of places. As Hasbo will go into the pits now, finally. Everyone now onto the intermediate tyres. And I'll tell you what, that's very good news for Woody Ketchup, who has had Oh, hello. This Delta come back on? I think maybe his Delta came back on. Either way, that is very good news. The safety car came out because Woody Ketchup can now catch up to the back of the field. Has he just gone? No, he's fine. Right then. So time for me to have another yawn. And we'll just take a wee break. Alright, we are on lap 15. Looks like I got a clip. So then, a quick reminder of the race order as we start, or we approach the start of lap 16, I should say. So, currently, your leader is Joel, who has made his way up from P8, so a good race so far for Joel. Killer Miller is sitting there in second position. Bashka, after getting lucky with the safety car, is up there in P3. Waze is up in P4, so his hard tyre strategy has worked out well. Adam is up there in P5. Of course, his championship leader, Vaughan, in there P7. McGill, P6, another one of the hard runners at the start. Has worked out well for him. Vaughan, of course, as I just mentioned, the championship leader, is currently 2 points behind his closest rival, Adam. Podgy Porter, currently sitting in P8, up 9 places from his start. And then we've got Winnitz in P9, Rhino P8. We've got Dylan up there in P11, repping the Tier 3 boys, just like Podgy Porter. Hasbo is in P12. He's had a bit of a messy one today, hasn't he? But he's still in the race. Kagorniak, P13. Can he salvage anything? Can he keep up his record? If he wants another win, he is going to have to go some. As it looks like the cars are getting a bit slightly dicey out there. Young Money is currently P14, Fresh P15. He'll be very disappointed with that, but I think at the same time he'll be very happy that a safety car came out. Otherwise he'd be a lot further behind. Bio is P16 and Woody Ketchup is got into the pits again. I tell you what, just get penalty across the white line. That looked a bit harsh from that camera angle, but maybe I didn't see it properly. But Woody Ketchup has gone in the pits again, and that's a bit strange. I don't think he's going to be able to catch back up, you know. He's on the wets. Okay. Doesn't quite look like wet weather. But Woody Ketchup gone for another gamble. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can catch up to the field. I don't think he will. And the safety car will obviously be out another lap, so I think Woody Ketchup is going to get lucky here. Well, lucky. What's going on with this midfield? Has Rhino spun? I think Rhino spun. Oh, let's go. Oh, he's got no wing. It's going from bad to worse. Now, this will tell you where the track is. If Rhino stays on the intermediates, then we know that the Woody Ketchup is just a massive gamble, or an AI mistake, or a Cody's mistake, I should say. But if he goes on to the wets, then this is about to get very interesting. And it's intermediates, so conflicting strategies at the back there. As we've got someone else, John McGill's gone for a spin. What in the name of holy moly is going on? People spinning behind the safety car. Let's Not something you see very often from this caliber of drivers. I've seen about 2 people do that now. McGill and Rhino, both guilty of it. But that has actually moved people up now, so you've got Podgy Porter up there in P7 now. And Vaughan is now P6. So, of course, McGill, who was P6, has now promoted Vaughan up into P6. One more place, just one car behind Adam, his championship rival. And, of course, Joel is in the lead. So, looking quite well. Of course, we've got 2 more rounds to go after this. Looking very promising. As we are now on lap 17 and the safety car is in. So yeah, Willie Ketchup going very slow. And I did another spin because the bite the arrows came up, but very, very odd. Right, we will go to the front and we will concentrate on the leader, who is Joel. All right on board. Of course, these tyres are even harder than the hard tyres to warm up. The track is going to be very cold. The air is going to... Has the rain? No. You see rain? No rain. Rain. No rain. Right. There you go. There's a little bit of rain. So, when will Joel go? When will Joel go? Jesus, that's a tongue twist, isn't it? Oh, there we go. He's done it. He's gone early. He hasn't quite caught out Killiman. I don't think Killiman has gone very wide through that last corner. The fake crowd noise is there again. But it looks like we are being very sensible. We're all going line as third, one by one, as Fresh has gone down a place. Okay, going up into P11 now, so he was P13, so he's definitely... Oh, and at the front, Bashka's overtaking Killian Miller. So, we missed that. It didn't look like they were particularly close, so maybe Killian Miller's had a bit of a iffy one going into corner 1. He's, looks like it's fallen back a little bit as well, so Killian Miller not enjoying these conditions as it stands. As Kagorniak and Dylan fighting with P10. Kagorniak in that P10 position now, so 9 more drivers away from that P1. He's got 10 laps if he wants to win this race. Okay, we've got another yellow flag. Oh, is that Fresh? No, it's Rhino. So, the Aston Martin team are having a horrid race today. These conditions are no one's favourite. Woody Ketchup is back in the pits for intermediates. That gamble was definitely not paid off. But at least he's a minute off again, because that's where he was before all this. So he's back down to being a minute off the car in front of him. Right, back at the front, and I'll take a look at Killian. He's definitely got some kind of issue. Come on, give me the good camera angles, Cody's. Right, Killian Miller, definitely not enjoying these conditions. He's lost P2. He's under threat for P3, but he just about cuts ways off, and Adam now taking advantage. Adam is up at the P4, and Vaughan now P5, so Waze, who was going for P3, now finds himself down in P6. The 2 championship leaders now up into P4 and P5. Just look at the cars, all scrambling down for positions into turn 1. It looks like Waze going around the outside of Vaughan. It's going to be a very brave move to keep it in there in these conditions. Look at this, we've got 4 cars, and Adam's got past Killian Miller. And so it looks like Rhino's going for another spin. I tell Cody's, these views are not doing well at all. But Adam has broken away from this round. Vaughan just about. He's got past his teammate as Waze goes, and the McLaren goes for a dive. Does he brake in time? No. But thankfully he doesn't hit anyone. He comes back onto the track, does Hasbo. That was, Jesus, that was a dive and a half. Thankfully he hasn't hit anyone. He's got past Killian Miller. He must have damaged Killer. There's no way. Yep. Look at that. He's got no right front end plate. So he is struggling massively. He has got to pit. There's no way he'll be able to get... He's absolutely bleeding lap time. He's gone from 2nd to 7th in the space of, 1.5 laps. He's got to pit and get that nose fixed. Otherwise, he will be plummeting even more. Okay, back at the front, Joel has got himself a 1 second lead over Bashka. Luckily, there's no DRS, so he doesn't have to worry about getting the gap. Adam, 4 seconds after all that kerfuffle, Adam is 4 seconds behind now. Will he be able to make up that gap? Only time will tell. He's got Waze behind him now. Waze has dropped down 1.9 seconds as these guys continue to battle in Joshua position. Haswell up into P5 and Vaughan's gone. Vaughan's off the track. Oh, he's getting very close. It doesn't look like he's got damage. He hasn't pitted, but Vaughan is now outside the top 10. Just what the doctor ordered for Adam, but Vaughan, we obviously didn't catch it, but he's had a bit of an incident coming out of that hairpin. As Dylan and Podgy put the two Alfa Romeos go for it. Oh, and that's still Dylan getting all out of shape. These conditions still proving really tricky for the drivers. Cars wiggling all over the place. And, of course, Podgy Porter going for Killian Miller. Oh, and he's almost goes into the back of him. As it looks like Rhino has once again decided to go for a spin. Oh, and just look at these two going bumping wheels. Oh, they're going side by side. Killian Miller, we know he's got the damage, so he's going to have a lot more understeer. He's got to be careful. And look at this. Look at the rabble behind him. Killian Miller causing this massive train behind him. He's got to pit. Come on, Killian Miller. You've got to pit. You're doing more damage than helping yourself at the moment. As, Dylan. Oh, look, the other Alpine of Vaughan goes straight on. I think that's probably to try and avoid other people. But Podgy Porter will now be able to get away a little bit. As Killian Miller will, of course, be struggling for grip. And here we go then. He's going to come on the track. How many wide will we get? Will we get 2 wide? Will it be 3? Will it be 4? Just 2 at the moment. But, Killian Miller goes right to... Oh, look at this. It's going to go 3 wide into the braking zone. Oh, it's very, very tight. They're trying to get round there. But it looks like Killer. Oh, he's just wiggling. But Young Money's got ahead of him. Will Killian Miller, will he now pit? He does. Oh, his days of holding up the pack are over. And I tell you, that must not have been any fun for the cars behind him. And Fresh, who was out of the points and down in almost last before the safety car, now finds himself back up into P8. And that is where I'll stop talking about Fresh, otherwise I'll curse him. As Kagorniak up into P9 now, but no, he's fighting tooth and nail with Dylan. Oh, he's come together with it. Oh, there's been a little collision and he's lost even more places. And Winnets doesn't look like he's got damage, but he might have a little bit, as McGill is in the pits as well. He's obviously had to come together with a wall or a car somewhere. Still all going off it. Joel now has a 1.5 second lead over Bashka. Bashka yet to win the race this season. Adam has got the gap down to 3 seconds, so in the space of a couple of laps, it looks like Adam has definitely got the pace to be at the front with Joel. The question is, of course, can these tyres go to the end? Intermediate tyres are more durable, so you'd think they would, but you can never underestimate the power of the undercut, especially at a track like China, especially with fresh intermediates. As the gap continues to come down between himself and Bashka. Waze currently sitting in P4, has got Hasbro right behind him. Looks like Waze has got the better traction coming out of the final corner. So, won't be coming under pressure just yet. I'll tell you, 20% here. That takes a lot of doing to run your battery out in the rain. Podgy Porter is almost 5 seconds behind this gap, and Young Money is a further 2.5. So the gaps are starting to appear now, as the Killian Miller got out of the way. And Kagorniak and Vaughan are now going at it, as Vaughan looking to get himself back into the points. Vaughan with that time penalty as well, of course, as they're both deciding who's going to attack Dylan first. Yeah, these two going at it for P10. Kagorniak wins out this time. it looks like Dylan's right behind Fresh as well. The Fresh not quite up to speed yet on these inters. They've been on in these conditions for about a good 7 laps now, so they should have a good feel for them. Ooh, oh, look at that. Ooh, Vaughan getting very close to the back of Kagorniak. So the chase down to turn 14. Who will come out on top? As it looks like Hasbo has finally now got past Waze. Ooh, ooh. Little bit of a bumper grind there from those two. Now back now to Fresh. Whoa, as they go single file into the corner. Just about avoiding each other. But it does look like Dylan may have had a bit of a struggle coming up there. But no, managed to keep hold of that position. Oh, okay, Kagorniak almost cutting that corner. But the question is, can he now go up at the inside of turn 1? No, he thinks against it. But actually, saying that, oh, what a move by John McGill. Sorry, John McGill. Kagorniak, what am I talking about? Kagorniak, he broke that a little bit earlier, gave himself a better run, and Kagorniak is up into P9. So a great move there from Kagorniak. I definitely underestimated him there, as now Dylan will come under attack from Vaughan. How quick will Vaughan make the move? He goes up the inside straight away. Oh, he's run very wide, Dylan. He's given Vaughan the room he needs. But Vaughan just stays behind. Oh, and who's that gone off? That's Kagorniak, he's gone off. Oh dear, and he's got a 3-second penalty for being off the track as well. And Kagorniak, it's definitely not his race, is it? He's definitely having a race to forget today in these conditions. He's definitely lucked out tonight. So then, Fresh has got himself a second lead over Dylan. So he'll be happy with that as the time penalties start to fly in. As we know that in the wet the penalties are a little bit more lenient. But I think we're about to see an overtake. It looks like Dylan is about to get overtaken by Vaughan as they come to the end of the DRS straight into turn 14. Vaughan is ahead going into the corner. Oh, he comes across it. I think Dylan quite like that. But now Dylan down into P10. Vaughan up into P9. Dylan not giving up just yet. Ooh, he's had Vaughan had a little rough corner there. He's used all his DRS, and that will give Dylan the chance to re-overtake him. Will Dylan actually go for it around the outside? I think he tried, but I think Vaughan held the line very well there. As long as Kagorniak is retired, I think he's retired in the pits. That's a shame for Kagorniak. I think points from the table there, but unfortunately sometimes it's just not meant to be. As Winnett's also in the pits for a set of softs. Well, unless these guys know something I don't, the track is still looking extremely wet. Yeah, let's go on board with Winnett's and let's see. That doesn't look that doesn't look very happy. No, wrong tyres. Oh jeez. Well, either Winnett's pressed the wrong button or the game has screwed him over. Either way, the softs is not the type to be on, as Winnett's can't even put the power down. Be careful, otherwise you'll get disqualified. Alright, I think that's enough pain of Winnett's. I think we know his race is doomed. Let's catch up with the guys at the front then, shall we? Joel still out in the lead. He has his lead up to 2.2 over Bashka, who is now, the gap is still 3 seconds. So Adam not catching up anymore. So the top 3 looks pretty settled. Hasbo is up there in P4 now. He has dropped Waze by a second and a half. Podgy Porter doing very well up there in P6. Excuse me. Young Money up there in P7. We've got another yellow flag. Is that Winnett's on his soft tyres? It is. And now he's got no wing. Yeah. He's even, when it's had such a bad stint, he's even fallen behind Rhino and Woody Ketchup. So, yep, unfortunately for Cookie, but unfortunately that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. As now he's been lapped. Where were we? So, yeah, we've got Young Money in P7. We got Fresh up there in P8. He's actually pulled out on Vaughn by 2 seconds. So, good going there from Fresh. He's got some decent pace here. Vaughn is in P9. So, he's currently on 2 points. And Adam will be on 15. So, there will be a 13-point swing. So, it looks like if it stays as it is, Adam will have a 10-point lead going into the final 2 races. Vaughn has now dropped Dylan, but having said that, Fresh has, I think he might have made a mistake somewhere because he's only just over a second ahead of Vaughn. So, something going on there. Bio yet to get past Dylan. And has the rain stopped? I think the rain has stopped. So, let's just check on winners. Is he going to put the... I imagine he'll put the inters on again. But the rain has stopped. So, I don't think it was a wild gamble from Winnets. I just think it was about 2 laps too early. Which means we could... Yep, there you go. Inters back on for Winnets. We could be seeing some gambles. So, I'm looking and I can't see any raindrops coming down on the halo. So... we could see the ultimate gamble here of people trying the dry tyres before the end. And this, well, with 2.5 laps to go, the race could well be heating back up. We hit a bit of a stalemate somewhere, didn't we? But could be in for a barnstorming finish as Bashka's brought the gap down by a couple of attempts. So looks like Joel's made a bit of a mistake somewhere, gone wide. There you go, top 3. That's how close they are together. As that looks like we've got a Mercedes going round. Is that McGill? Yep, McGill going round. So they're killing Miller down there in 12th position. Now, what a shame for killing Miller, who was doing so well, and he got that damage. So I don't think the dry tyre gamble is on someone like Killer. I think he's a bit too far behind. But any one of these guys, I don't know if it's enough, as Joel starts lap 27. So the next battle on the track is between Fresh and Vaughn. But we've got a flag and yellow free. Is that? I think that's. Is that Waze? Waze has gone round. Oh, and Waze has lost out, and he's promoted a couple of drivers up, and he's got no wing. Oh dear me! So that will everyone in the top 10 will move up one. So, now let's have a look. Will he put the softs on? He does! Oh, now, this is going to be very interesting. Unfortunately, I don't think Waze is going to be able to take advantage because I believe he's also got a 5-second penalty. But look out for Waze. He is currently 11th. I don't think, unfortunately, he's going to be that quick. Yeah, I think he's a bit too far behind. But, right then, back on to the racing. Got another yellow flag in the sector once, probably McGill again. But the closest battle on track at the moment is Vaughn and Dylan. Dylan hanging on. Oh, no, Vaughn's got past Dylan, sorry. It's Vaughn and Fresh that we're looking at now. So, Fresh and Dylan repping the Tier 3 boys, as is Podgy Porter up there in P5. So, the championship leader Vaughn looking for way past Fresh. Fresh does have a little bit more ERS, and of course, in these conditions, there is no DRS. As McGill's got on the soft side as well. Interesting. Can Vaughn do anything? Has he got the speed? Doesn't look like he does, unfortunately. As Joel has started the 28th and final lap of the race. Bashka's got the gap down a little bit more, you know. It's down to 1.5 seconds. And of course, Young Money, we saw, has lost a session. Sorry, left the session, not lost the session. So, it looks like Fresh could be gaining a place. Oh, and Young Money's joined right. He's joined. Oh dear, he's joined right at the most inopportune moment there. He's joined as he's getting overtaken by Fresh. Hopefully he'll be able to get back into his car, but hopefully the game won't mess up. Could be a bit messy, but I think it's probably safe for Young Money to get back in that car now. He's lost a couple of positions, but as long as he gets back in that car, he will finish. He'll get those points. Okay then, so let's go to Joel, your race leader. And I say that he's now, I tell you, he's definitely starting to struggle. As the bloody hell, he was last time I saw that screen. It said it was 1.3 ahead. So Bashka definitely applying the squeeze, but I think unfortunately too little, too late. Joel comes down the DRS straight for the last time, the number 88. Of course, the Ferrari won in real life at Bahrain, and now Ferrari will be winning here tonight in China. And Bio's left the session. Bit of an odd one, but here we go then. Joel rounds the last corner, and Joel will take the victory. Yes, he does. As Bashka finishes P2, Adam crosses the line in P3. Hasbo will cross the line in P4. Podgy Porter will cross the line in P5. A very good race with Podgy Porter. Fresh has held on, and he's kept Vaughan behind him. I'm sure there'll be some friendly handbags in the chat after this. Fresh, a fantastic P6. Vaughan P7. Dylan P8. A very good race for Dylan. Nice to see him back in the points. Young Money P9. Bio across the line P10. But we'll see if he keeps that. Killer Miller P11. After all that, and S7. He hasn't quite crossed the line yet, has he? Here we go. Killer Miller across the line. There you go. Well done, Killer Miller. You made it. So weighs in up into P12. He's had a spin because he's 20 seconds down on his fastest lap. But, bit of a shame. The track didn't dry out a little bit more. We could have had a bit of a better finish, but either way, look at the start. 0.8 of a second. So the track doesn't look it's quite ready for the soft still as Waze. Woohoo! He's sliding or lag, you decide. Either way, he could lose a position here. What's he doing? That is so odd. Yeah, that's an odd one. As the fake crowd noise erupts. So the game has given the driver of the day to Fresh. So, congratulations, Fresh. The game thinks you had a good race. But, of course, the important news is Joel is your winner. And he will be taking home the P1 trophy. Right then, after that, here is your race rundown. So, congratulations to Joel, who takes his first win of the season. Before this, he had a second place and 2 thirds. So, Joel stepping on the top step of the podium for the first time this season with a very good race. Bashka finishes P2. Adam, who will now take charge of the championship, he is P3. Hasbo is P4. Podgy Porter, a very strong P5 finish. Fresh, a very good finish in P6. Vaughan P7. Dylan, back in the points, P8. Young Money, P9. Bio is P10 to round off the points. Killer Miller, just the first person to finish out on top 10 in P11. Rhino P12. Woody Ketchup P13. Waze P14 in the end. McGill P14. Winnets 16. And the game finished. That's a shame. But we know Gorniak and I can't remember the other person. But anyway, that will do for tonight. What is going on? I think they've raced again somehow. Okay. Right, I will continue. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Make sure you come back tomorrow for tier 3, where we will be racing around Spa. How many drivers will be hitting that wall up Eau Rouge into Raidillon? Only way to find out is to join us tomorrow at 8:30 live on Twitch. And if you can't make it tomorrow, make sure you're back for Tuesday, around 11 of Tier 1. Again, thank you guys very much for watching. We'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye for now.